In a world increasingly defined by climate crises and environmental degradation, Kim Stanley Robinson's The Ministry for the Future emerges as both a warning and a roadmap. This groundbreaking work of climate fiction, or cli-fi, takes us on a journey through the near future, where humanity faces its greatest challenge yet: the survival of our planet and species. Over the next 20 minutes, we'll explore the innovative solutions proposed in this remarkable book, examine the global perspective it presents, share compelling human stories that bring these issues to life, and ultimately, consider how each of us can contribute to addressing the climate crisis. At the heart of the Ministry for the Future lies a comprehensive exploration of climate solutions that push the boundaries of current thinking. The book proposes several groundbreaking strategies that could revolutionize our approach to climate change. First among these is carbon capture technology. The novel introduces the concept of massive geoengineering projects, including direct air capture facilities that pull carbon dioxide directly from the atmosphere. These aren't just theoretical ideas, they're presented as operational necessities, with detailed descriptions of their implementation across different regions. Equally significant is the book's treatment of geoengineering solutions. From solar radiation management techniques to ambitious glacier restoration projects, Robinson presents a spectrum of interventions designed to counteract rising temperatures and melting ice caps. The narrative explores both the scientific possibilities and ethical dilemmas surrounding these approaches. Perhaps most revolutionary is the book's exploration of monetary reform. The creation of the carbon coin, a new form of digital currency tied to verifiable carbon sequestration, represents a fundamental shift in economic thinking. This isn't merely an environmental measure, it's a complete reimagining of how we value resources and incentivize sustainable behavior. These solutions aren't presented as isolated initiatives but as interconnected components of a global strategy. The book emphasizes that successful climate action requires simultaneous progress on multiple fronts: technological innovation, policy reform, and economic restructuring, all working in concert. One of the most striking aspects of the Ministry for the Future is its unwavering focus on the global nature of climate challenges. The book masterfully illustrates how environmental changes in one part of the world inevitably ripple across the entire planet. Consider the devastating heatwave in India that serves as a catalyst for international action. What begins as a local catastrophe quickly becomes a global emergency, demonstrating how national borders offer no protection from climate impacts. The novel portrays how this single event forces nations to confront their shared vulnerability. Through the establishment of the titular Ministry for the Future, Robinson presents a framework for international cooperation that transcends traditional diplomatic channels. This organization, created under the Paris Agreement, becomes a powerful advocate for future generations and the biosphere itself, representing interests that previously had no voice in global decision-making. The book also explores the complex dynamics between developed and developing nations. It highlights how historical emissions patterns have created deep inequalities, making collective action both necessary and challenging. Through various international summits and negotiations, the narrative shows how countries must navigate these disparities while working toward common goals. Perhaps most importantly, the Ministry for the Future demonstrates that effective climate action requires more than just governmental agreements. It showcases how non-governmental organizations, corporations, and grassroots movements must all play crucial roles in creating a sustainable future. The interconnectedness extends beyond politics to encompass every aspect of human society. While the Ministry for the Future presents complex global systems and technical solutions, it never loses sight of the human element. Through numerous personal narratives, the book brings the abstract realities of climate change into sharp, emotional focus. We meet Mary Murphy, the head of the Ministry for the Future, whose journey from skeptical bureaucrat to passionate advocate mirrors the broader awakening happening worldwide. Her experiences, from witnessing mass migrations to negotiating with world leaders, provide a window into the emotional toll of fighting for a livable future. The novel doesn't shy away from depicting the harsh realities faced by those on the front lines of climate change. We encounter Indian villagers struggling through unprecedented heat waves, Pacific Islanders watching their homes disappear beneath rising seas, and farmers in Africa adapting to unpredictable weather patterns. These stories aren't just background details, they drive the narrative forward, illustrating the urgent need for action. Particularly poignant are the accounts of climate refugees, individuals forced to leave their ancestral homes due to environmental degradation. Through characters like Ahmed, a Syrian farmer turned climate activist, and Maria, a Brazilian ecologist documenting disappearing rainforests, the book paints a vivid picture of displacement and adaptation. Robinson also explores the psychological impact of living through climate crises. The book delves into phenomena like climate grief and ecological anxiety, showing how these emotions manifest in different cultures and communities. Yet alongside these struggles, we see examples of resilience and hope, community gardens springing up in urban areas, cooperative housing projects emerging in European cities, and indigenous knowledge systems being recognized and implemented globally. Through these diverse human stories, the Ministry for the Future reminds us that climate change isn't just about statistics and policy documents. It's about real people making difficult choices, finding new ways to connect with their environment, and discovering unexpected sources of strength in the face of adversity. As the Ministry for the Future draws to its conclusion, it leaves readers with a clear message. The time for action is now, and everyone has a role to play in shaping our planet's future. The book transforms its extensive exploration of climate solutions into practical steps that individuals and communities can take today. On a personal level, the narrative encourages readers to reconsider their relationship with consumption and waste. Simple actions like reducing meat consumption, supporting local agriculture, and minimizing air travel are presented not as sacrifices, but as opportunities to align our daily lives with our values. The book provides concrete examples of how small lifestyle changes can create significant positive impact when adopted collectively. For those seeking more active engagement, the novel outlines numerous pathways for involvement. From participating in citizen science projects to joining local environmental organizations, readers are shown how they can contribute to meaningful change in their communities. The story emphasizes that activism comes in many forms, from organizing neighborhood cleanups to advocating for policy changes at the municipal level. The book also addresses the economic dimension of individual action. Through the concept of carbon coins, it demonstrates how financial decisions can support climate solutions. Readers are encouraged to consider how their investments, banking choices, and spending habits can promote sustainability and environmental responsibility. Perhaps most powerfully, the Ministry for the Future challenges readers to think beyond immediate actions to long-term commitments. It asks fundamental questions about what kind of world we want to leave for future generations and what sacrifices we're willing to make to achieve that vision. The narrative suggests that true progress requires not just individual actions, but a fundamental shift in how we view our place within the global ecosystem. The book concludes with a hopeful yet realistic assessment of humanity's potential. It acknowledges the scale of the challenge ahead while celebrating the creativity and resilience that humans have demonstrated throughout history. This balance of realism and optimism serves as a powerful motivator for readers to become active participants in creating a sustainable future. In the Ministry for the Future, Kim Stanley Robinson has crafted more than just a novel. He's created a comprehensive vision of how humanity might navigate the greatest challenge of our time. Through its innovative climate solutions, global perspective, compelling human stories, and actionable insights, the book stands as both a warning and a guidepost for our collective future. The strategies proposed in the book, from carbon capture technologies to revolutionary monetary systems, demonstrate that while the path forward won't be easy, it is possible. The global framework presented reminds us that no nation can solve this crisis alone, and that our shared destiny requires unprecedented levels of cooperation and understanding. Most importantly, the human stories woven throughout the narrative remind us why this fight matters. They show us that behind every statistic and policy decision are real people whose lives depend on the choices we make today. These personal accounts transform abstract concepts into urgent imperatives, making the case for action both intellectual and emotional. As we conclude this summary, remember that the Ministry for the Future isn't just about predicting what might happen, it's about creating a blueprint for what could be. The book challenges us to move beyond passive concern to active participation in shaping our planet's future. Whether through personal choices, community involvement, or advocacy for systemic change, each of us has the power to contribute to this crucial mission. The question remains: what role will you play in creating a sustainable future? As Robinson's masterpiece suggests, the answers lie not just in technological innovation or policy reform, but in our collective willingness to reimagine our relationship with our planet and each other. The future isn't something that simply happens to us. It's something we create together every day. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the Ministry for the Future. May its lessons inspire action, foster understanding, and strengthen our resolve to build a better world for generations to come.